Well, hey friends, and welcome to Little and Loved Stories. I'm Miss Mandy, and today's story is all about what can happen someday. Our story is called Someday Maybe. And stay tuned to the end where we talk about things that our book discusses that are actually happening now. So snuggle up and let's read. Someday Maybe by Diana Moore and illustrated by Jessica Gibson. Someday maybe cars will fly, and I will be the one who tweaks their gears and hover belts and helps their motors run. Someday maybe I'll design a house that does my chores, like folding laundry, feeding pets, and even mopping floors. Someday, maybe squirmy worms will be the new food craze, and I will be the trendy chef who cooks them 50 ways. Or maybe I'll just shake my head and say, earthworms, not for me, and open up a restaurant where meals are all worm-free. Someday, I might rock the stage. I'll sing my new hit song and program my robotic band to play and dance along. Or maybe I'll wear X-ray specs to scan for broken bones. Or send important packages with hypersonic drones. Or maybe when I head to work, I'll take a space balloon, then transfer to a shuttle to the first town on the moon. Or maybe in my dome-shaped lab, I'll study lunar mold and finally find a medicine that cures the common cold. Perhaps I'll send a rover over sandy dunes on Mars or other planets farther out among the twinkling stars. I'll have a holographic crew that does as I command, exploring the volcanoes of a strange, uncharted land. Someday, maybe I'll look up and wonder at the sky, and maybe I'll feel homesick. So back to Earth I'll fly. My family will hug me tight. They'll be so proud of me. And I'll keep right on dreaming of what someday might be. On our way to someday, this book imagines some incredible future possibilities, but some of what is described is already real. Flying cars. Flying cars have been created, but it will be a long time before they can replace regular cars. Teams of designers are working hard to make flying cars safer and less expensive. Helpful houses. There are already robots that can clean floors, pick up laundry, and even serve drinks. And engineers are planning smart homes that can do all of that and more. Yummy worms. There are people around the world who eat mealworms, earthworms, crickets, beetles, grasshoppers, and other creepy crawlies. Some worms and bugs are very healthy to eat and can be grown on farms. Robot music. Robots can do all sorts of things. Some are designed to play musical instruments. For example, one robotic band has a drummer with 22 arms and a guitarist with 78 fingers. X-ray specs. Doctors can use machines to see bones and organs inside their patients. They can also use special glasses to see veins under someone's skin. These medical technologies are getting better all the time. Speedy drones. The word hypersonic means faster than the speed of sound. That is very, very fast. The US military is already testing hypersonic drones. Space balloons. Have you ever seen a birthday balloon fly up to the ceiling or way up into the sky? Those balloons float because they're full of gas called helium. And scientists have already created giant helium balloons that can take you floating right up to the edge of space. Moontown. Astronauts first walked on the moon in 1969. While we haven't started a settlement on the moon just yet, some astronauts have already lived and worked aboard the International Space Station, a spacecraft that orbits around the Earth. This helps them to test how to live away from our home planet. Mold medicine. Penicillin, one of the most important medicines ever created, came from studying fuzzy mold, like the kind you see on old bread. And if scientists study mold up in space, where conditions are so different, maybe they can discover something new. Space explorers. Remote-controlled rovers and spacecraft have been sent to the planets such as Mars and Jupiter. They can explore the dangerous, faraway places and send useful information back to Earth. Holograms. Holograms are like 3D images made of light. Some engineers have created holograms to do simple jobs that real people would usually do, such as greeting customers and answering questions. There are so many things you can do someday. Reach for the stars and never stop dreaming. The end. How cool is that? So many neat things going on in our world now. Who knows what it'll look like many years from now when you're grown. I know it looks different from when I was a kid. Thanks so much for reading with me today. I can't wait to see you in our next story time. And until then, remember, you are so loved.